Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? No time for a breakdown today, whatever the case may be. But I got a bunch of bets for you guys to look at, and a couple sides, maybe a side parlay, and then a couple totals that you guys can look at. I wasn't able to get out nothing early enough for that Cleveland game, which is getting ready to tip off right now. But I would look towards the over there in that Cleveland game. Okay, so but of course this game, you'll probably be seeing this video afterwards, whatever the case may be. So just to keep some things up, I didn't put neither bet on the list here for this Minnesota Twins game here. Uh, Two bets stood out to me. I'll show you guys right off the back here. It was Gunnarson and Ryan Jeffers. Jeffers popped at the top of the list for some reason. So, he's a guy that you can look at, and Gunnar Henderson, of course, right? Don't have a side or anything in that game. I wanted to lean towards the over in that game. I really did. But it is what it is, right? Colorado Rockies at Philadelphia Phillies here, and at the end of the day, I'm looking at the left-hand batters in this one here, and I'll show you those guys in a minute. But Cal Troncho, he's just hasn't been good. He pitches his worst towards lefties, and then you got Nola, right? The Philadelphia Phillies, they big minus 275 favorites here. Money line parlays, run line straights. But Nola, his outs prop is coming out at a 16 and a half. 16.5. 18.5. It's only a straight bet. He has the ability to get there. His strikeouts juiced up at 7.5 right now. This Colorado team has shown the ability to strike out versus right hand pitching. Um, and I would only look to their strikeouts on the road. They fourth in striking out versus right hand pitching. The only thing is, does Nola have the juice to get him out, right? Does he have that strikeout K upside ability? They will let him throw. So I'm leaning towards the over outs for him. So what I'm going to do is not an official play. I'm going to put a little bit on the over every 18 and a half outs just because, right? I don't feel good about it. Last year I would have felt way more better about it, but this year I don't feel good about it. But it is what it is, right? Um, and as far as this Texas game, I'm I mean, they not the favorites here. They are not, right? And it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? They're not the favorites here. Detroit are the favorites. Um, it's an interesting game. If you still think they can pull it out, you're going to get the Texas Rangers at value at a plus 100. This Los Angeles Angels and Tampa Bay Rays game here. These two teams, they just went over, right? They just went over. Some interesting tidbits about this game here. This Tampa Bay Rays team, they have the ability to hit lefties, right? My top back for Tampa Bay Rays will be Harold Ramirez. I can give you guys some numbers on Harold Ramirez. He's got massive lefty righty splits there. He hits lefties really well, right? So he's something that you can look out for. As far as the pitches, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to target any one of these pitchers here. For some reason though, I'm thinking the over in this game. Trout on the other side. If I had to pick my top three bats here would be Trout, Diaz, and Harold Ramirez. But the Rosarinas and those guys, they are popping for me. So I'm leaning towards the over. Mm, I think I like the over 8 in this one. I think I do. Uh, I'll tell you one thing about Bassett, right? So Bassett, he pitches better at home than he does on the road. He's pitching his worst versus lefties. So Soto, right? Soto, he's got a walk in 8 straight games. Okay, 7 straight games or 8 straight games. We've been running it, right? We've been running it. Now his walks are juiced up at a parlay piece at a minus 170 or something like that. Judge is a walk candidate too. I think he's got a walk in 7 of his last 10, something like that. Couple tidbits to look at there. Hits, runs, and RBIs. I'll be looking at Soto as well as Soto being one of my favorite bets from this game. Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Mets. Now, Pittsburgh Pirates and another team that I'll tell you, these are two teams that this is one of the teams. It's a bet on team for me this year, right? So I don't know how I feel about this, right? This money line. You're gonna get the value with Pittsburgh. However, on the flip side, New York Mets, they got a few bats over there that can hit lefties. You got Pete Alonso and Pete Alonso and actually it's a few of them, right? So I know the two that stands out to me is Lindor and Pete Alonso, right? Lindor and Pete Alonso. Marte has nice history. I think he's 4 for 8 from versus this guy, something like that. So keep an eye on those situations, right? Jack Sawinski, he popped for me. I didn't check the pitch mix, but he popped in the model. Jack Sawinski, he's having a good year, an okay year. So he's one of the bats. Him and Reynolds, Sawinski, Olson, Reynolds, Sawinski, um, what's the kid's name? Uh, Alonzo and Lindor, right? I have all sorts of brain farts every day. Y'all know this, right? I can't pinpoint nothing. I can't really wrap my hands around this game. This Pittsburgh San Diego Pirates and the Padres and Milwaukee Brewers, right? Don't have nothing for that game. Chicago White Sox, they rolled it on Nastrini, whoever this guy is, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. Gunnar Henderson is really good at baseball, so you can look at him. I'll lean towards the over in this game here, this Atlanta Braves game. Too many bats are in play here. If you ask me, I could be wrong, but too many bats here are in play. I'll tell you, at home versus righties, you guys know how much I like to bet on Yainer Diaz. But the top two bats here, I just Olson and Olson and uh, Alvarez, right? But there's a ton of bats in play in this one here, right? It's a ton of bats in play. I might go play this whole game. He runs an RBIs. Chicago Cubs at Arizona Diamondbacks. In this one, we got a 9 over under in this spot. I'm looking at Corbin Carroll hits, runs, and RBIs. And Merrill Kelly, right? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna back him on his outs at 17 and a half. Don't feel good about it going against my Cubs. It is what it is, right? But I got Corbin Carroll penciled in with hits, runs, and RBIs, and you can also look at him and Acuna for stolen bases. I took Corbin Carroll for a stolen base. He got there for me yesterday. Gray on the mound, Stripling on the mound. I'll probably be looking at St. Louis Cardinals. Nothing for me in this spot. Gray he pitched good so far, right? I think he only started once or twice, but hey, it is what it is, right? Zach Geloff, if he would have got me hit his hits, runs, and RBIs yesterday for me, I would have had a massive day, right? I would have had a massive day. Don't be surprised if he don't show up today. He did pop in the model, but I did not add him to my player pool. Gray, his strikeout sitting at 5.5. It's doable. I don't know if he's going to get there. It's doable. He doesn't like go over 5 innings as of right now, something like that. So that's why I don't have an outline for him. So it is what it is on his pitching outs. Uh, Cincinnati Reds and Seattle Mariners here. I don't know what to expect from this game here. Pitchers Park here. Both pitchers. Montas has been pitching good, and Kirby has the ability to pitch good. I'm taking a parlay piece for Kirby, the under 1.5 walks. Other than that, you won't. I don't mess with Seattle like that. You guys already know that. Both teams will strike out. Montas strikeout props are sitting at 5.5. Listen, it's doable versus this Mariners team was striking out the most in the league. Um, See, Cincinnati, they can strike out versus Riders as well. I never really take Kirby for strikeouts. His strikeouts sitting at 6.5 or something like that. So I lean towards if we can get Kirby outs, pitching outs at 17.5, hey, I'm on it, right? I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? But the under 1.5 walks, I'm using that as a parlay piece, and it is what it is, right? Uh, and I lean towards. I don't know if I lean towards the over strikeouts for Montas, but I put it like this: he should be able to hit his K's. And then you got the you got the Dodgers and the Washington Nationals here. The usual suspects, man. Mookie, Otani, and Freddie Freeman. Those guys hit lefties. Love those guys. The bats, they batted props wasn't out. Glass now he got 10, 12K upside. If you could take him for 9.5Ks if you want, I'm gonna sprinkle the 9.5Ks. If he gets there, he gets there. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Right? It is what it is. Right? So it is what it is. With that one, money line parlays, run line straights, give me the Los Angeles Dodgers. Right? What do I have here? Um, so here's an overview. You can take a look at these bats right here. I'll be putting these on the pick'em sites, right? So I'll be the ones that I like. So here's the lefties, right? The lefties for the lefties. Harper, Schwarber, Baum. Those are lefties. I know the lefties. If I had to take one, it would be Bryce Harper, right? At plus money 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Corey Seager and Evan Carter, Harold Ramirez, Mike Trout, Yandy Diaz, Juan Soto. What is this? Oh, this is his walk. It's a parlay piece. Aaron Judge, walk is a you get good money for a walk. I mean, good odds at minus 115. Jorge Soler, anytime he sees a lefty, anytime he sees a lefty, I'm on it, right? Hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run. Juan Soto, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is a parlay piece. Francisco Lindor, don't know if I'll get there, but it should be getting there. It just got bumped up to 2.5. It was 1.5 at first. I'm undecided on that 2.5 right now. Jackson Winsky, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is in play. Peter Alonso, 1.5. Corbin Carroll, 1.5 at a parlay piece. It will be 2.5. Matt Olson is closed for some reason, but Matt Olson, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Jordan Alvarez, 2.5. Bobby Witt, 2.5 is in play. Judge, 1.5. You know, it is what it is, right? All these guys are hit candidates. You can put them in your hit parlays, whatever the case may be. Top, no, not the top, but these are pitcher props right here. Aaron Nola. I did say I'm gonna take the hits runs. I mean, I'm gonna take the. I did say I'm gonna take his outs as a straight, right? Not gonna put much on it. Kyle Harrison. It's his outs sitting at a minus 135 at 16.5. I think he can get there, right? I think he can get there. Mel Kelly, I think he can get there in his 17.5 outs. It's a strong lean, but I think he can get there. Frankie Montas with an over under 7, him and Kirby should be able to hit their outs. And then Kirby, his under 1.5 walks are right here. And then Glass now, I'm gonna sprinkle on this 9.5. It's an official play, right? I'm gonna sprinkle on the 9.5. Even you just watch the team, they show the ability not to strike out much, but it is what it is, right? I'm gonna sprinkle on it. If he don't get there, he don't get there. It is what it is. My top bets: Corey Seager, 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Uh, you can look at his total basis or whatever the case may be. I think Corey Seager can get this guy, right? They the underdogs in this one. I think Corey Seager can get this guy. Um, Jorge Soler. He's facing a lefty. He is not one of my top bats. He was not one of my top bats, but I slid him in there somehow. I might parlay this up. But I'll probably parlay this one up. I might parlay all these, right? I might put something on here just to parlay all these, right? This one particular right here. Juan Soto hits, runs, and RBIs. Matt Olson hits, runs, and RBIs. Alvarez hits, runs, and RBIs. Corbin hits, runs, and RBIs. I will put these in a parlay on one of those parlay sites, right? Like Underdog or Chalkboard or somewhere where I can afford to miss one and still at least double my money, right? So I'll put this in the parlay on one of those sites. And as a parlay here, a money line parlay. Let's go. Let's go Philadelphia, Kansas City, St. Louis, the Dodgers at a four-leg parlay at a plus 328. I'm terrible when it comes to picking teams. Don't tell this if you don't want to. I'm only probably going to put 15 or 20 bucks on this. Don't tell us if you don't want to, right? Or just take what you like. Um, Totals. Like I said, I lean towards the over in the Minnesota game. I lean towards the over in that Tampa Bay Rays game, the over in the Atlanta Braves game. And what else do we have here? Hmm, hmm. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but for value, Texas Rangers value is live. Pittsburgh value is live, and yeah, Pittsburgh and Texas value is live, right? Their value is live there. Okay. So at the end of the day, take what you like, leave what you don't. Mondays is not my favorite MLB days. So with that being said, guys, peace out, man. Peace.